So it's very early in the morning. I had some food because I was starving, and I don't want to go yet to bed because I might get an upset stomach. I'm gonna play a very small video. I'm gonna make some. I was roaming around my world. I have my Sprite in case I feel anything with my digestion. I'm gonna make a very small video. I was in a different part of the world, and I'm gonna go right there where I was. I'm actually gonna make a new hole. Here I made a tree house, so I won't waste any time with this at the moment. I'm keeping the coordinates, not making the same mistake again. I'm gonna go back to the place that we are currently in. Okay, let's put no I put Zed, do you like these videos, by the way? Block of diamond. Okay, I'm gonna make a diamond. Yep, okay. I could make Barbie's diamond castle with this. Would be nice. So I'm gonna make a new hole here. Okay, we entered the void. Okay, let's save this with a screenshot. And I'm gonna close this hole with some bedrock, and then I'm gonna go in the other side. Okay, bedrock. Okay, we closed it, and yeah, that's the hole, right? So I'm gonna go now into, okay, so I keep these coordinates, and I have to eliminate, yeah, okay, let's go like this. So the hole is from this side. And I promised I will do some chores around my house for probably like 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Trying to get better with my health because lately I wasn't very good with my health, and I'm trying to stabilize this. I had some strong headache, strong stomach ache. So yep, I'm feeling better. I think I'm approaching around 400. I don't know, would you like me to not speak at all, or like, I know Sarah, that divination witch, she released a new video. I don't know, would you be interested if I taught something about her? Like, I always comment on her. She is such an amazing woman, such an amazing creator. I absolutely love her. I can't find my house. Fuck my, okay, I found it. Right. No. What's this? Hold on a second. Let's go inside here. What's here? I don't remember. Okay. What's this? Okay, I have left lanterns. Okay. Okay, go back. I fuck my life. I don't remember. Where is that? Where is that? Hold on a second. I'm entering. I will go back to where I said I would be. Just give me a moment. Yeah, I could put Sarah. As I said, she's a very good creator. She says correct stuff. Some of the things that she says needs correction, like her understanding needs more shaping. Like if she gets a thing or two about who Zeus is, she will go back to Yahweh pretty much, because she has a very good understanding, very good. Like if we speak about language understanding, probably B1, I would say. If you ask me, ask Helga, B1, I think. Okay, where the fuck am I? Okay, hold on a second. I'm gonna check my seed map. Okay, I'm gonna check my seed map. We are in 2997, 2997, and we have a 3021. Where are we in the map? Okay, we are far away from a village. Can I access the village? 3496. Okay, so that side is the village. I'm gonna go to the village for the night, but I'm gonna go back to the portal. Okay, we are almost there. We are at 3.2. We have to be 3.4 there, first digits. Okay, we have a broken portal there. Okay, move forward. I think we arrived, right? Yeah, we reached the village. That's a village. Okay. Oh, I found my house. The house that I was missing. Fuck my life, I found the house. I found the house. So that's the coordinates. Fuck my life, I fucking found the house. The house. Fuck my life, on my house. Okay. I found the house. So that's 3. Okay, I'm gonna fix the ruins portal. That's the house. Okay, so that's the upper part. It needs a little bit shaping, but it was one of the first houses that I made. And here is the main entrance that I had done. So that's the kitchen, and that's the living room, right? So I'm gonna close the door. Fuck my life, I found the house. Okay, I had made this portal up here, and why doesn't it work? Where does it go? Okay, so that's the portal, and it leads where? Okay, so it leads here, in the middle of nowhere pretty much, right? Right. Three, yeah, it leads to the middle of nowhere. For some reason, even though I made that portal, it leads me here, so that's like a bug of the game pretty much. Okay, so I kept the picture, so I know now where the fuck I am. I fucking found the house. I feel blessed by God to do that. Fuck my life. Okay. I didn't expect that. I didn't try to find it. Like, I stopped trying to find it. And I did. Fuck. Okay, so I'm gonna put gold here. Okay. I'm gonna put some gold. And I'm gonna go to the other house. As I said, I'm gonna do chores. And I'm gonna put Sarah. Let's discuss Sarah. Sarah, if you ever watch my videos, you never know. Thanks for all the content you have given me to work on as a teacher. I appreciate it so much. I'm not shading anybody. If you pay attention to my content, you'll know that about me, okay? So, thank you so much for your job. I appreciate it. I'm not taking any money for my videos, by the way. So, I'm not like putting in anybody's kindness out there for profit. I did everything without money myself. Like my content is no money. Pretty much that makes sense. So I'm saying this so nobody will think that, you know, like it's something that good Christians have, the one with the other. We don't like want to be associated with money grabbing people, but that we genuinely care and we genuinely want to teach. And I could monetize my videos. I chose not to, and that's not because I don't have like the biggest base in the world. I have some videos that have thousands of views. I don't know how much I could take, but I don't care about that. That's what I'm saying. I had a viral video. I don't think I could take money from this. However, had made a tribute for Napoleon, and it became viral some years ago, like 200 something thousands. I don't know how much I could take if I could monetize it. I think I couldn't because it has copyrighted material, but it falls under fair use, so maybe I could. I don't know. I've seen both opinions out there. I can't find my house. Hold on a second. So yeah, if you ask me about that, 43513. Okay, 103. Sorry. So I have to head like this. Right. Yep. So yeah, I'm explaining this because this is something like a code, like a moral code that Christians have, the one with the other. We don't like step on anybody's kindness. We don't abuse. We don't take money for no reason. And when we teach, we do everything for free. That's something that is the code between the theologians the Christians have. I'm explaining for anybody who maybe doesn't know because it's a part of my faith. No, I'm not using her for fame. I think it's obvious. I'm not even showing my face. I'm playing fucking Minecraft. And I have a problem with the coordinates, as you can see. Okay, I think I'm going the right way now. But apart from that, as a person myself, it doesn't only have to do with my faith. I don't find it nice to take something that is not yours and make it like you own it, or make it appear like it is yours. And there are some Christians who do that, like they have been exposed in the past online on this platform. So I'm not gonna speak about that. That's not my point here. I'm just saying I'm not using Sarah for views. I don't even show my face. I'm just playing Minecraft, vibing, and I'm not taking money using her content in no particular way. I'm not doing that. My monetization is off. I could do it. I'm not doing it. And it's moral code of the Christians. And I would like to think, my father is laughing, the Jews don't do it, Dad. My father is laughing. Okay, I will take this as a no. He's laughing. Okay, so I'm gonna put her video. She did, I think, a very interesting topic. How to know you are really talking with Hecate. Okay, so until I finish my video, I will do chores around the house, just fix shenanigans, you get what I mean? So until I finish, we're gonna listen to her, whatever she wants to say, how to know you are really contacting a deity. Okay, and we have Sarah. I'm gonna skip the part that she speaks about her Patreon and shit. You can go and visit her channel. She says everything there. Her Patreon, the tarot readings that she's doing. I'm not gonna put them here. I'm not promoting such things myself because I teach on my channel. Otherwise, like as I said, go and watch her channel. Like that's what I mean. Like I'm giving her channel, and I say go and check it out. She's very kind. She teaches very correct stuff as well. Not only like if you wanna know who the devil is as a person, you can go and check her out. She's very accurate, and she's a very kind person. She's not like a pagan that will say bad stuff and she will like be okay with that. No, she's teaching good stuff with a good mouth. Like she's the good face of paganism, pretty much. That's what I mean, and that's why I like watching her. But because on this channel I expose tarot as not a way to contact God or even Satan. You can't even contact Satan. If you ask me, can you contact him from the tarot? No, you can't. It's paper. It's paper. It doesn't mean anything. He doesn't talk to you through that. No, he doesn't. And the correct way to talk with God is like learn who he is from the Bible first. That's a good tutorial, and then pay attention to art, pay attention to your everyday life pretty much. And if you train your ear a little bit like I have done, you will manage to hear him and be like, hi, this is Johnny, as he's doing with me. He's laughing. So I can't promote her tarot. That's what I mean. That's something that has to do with my teachings. I can't promote something that I know for a fact is gonna deceive people. I'm not calling her a deceiver. I'm not calling her a deceiver. I'm saying that it will deceive people. That's different. I'm not calling her out in any way. She's a very good woman. But I can't promote her content like that. That's what I mean. Hope that it makes sense as I say it. It's a fine line. But if you want to see her channel, as I said, she's a very like is that what we call in Greece Theosevumeni, God honoring woman? That's how I would call her. Go and check her out. You're not gonna regret it, pretty much. Okay, so let's see what she says.
And I feel like we need to go back to basics, alright?
Okay.
So let's get into it.
Okay. She wants to go back to basics, how we contact
All
Hecate.
sorts going on, and I'd be grateful if you could attend. Or maybe it's a new spirit that is
Okay.
say you are a newbie.
Okay.
Or maybe you're not so much a newbie. Maybe you've gotten complacent. Or maybe it's a new spirit that has reached out to you, you know, a new deity or spirit guide or whatever. Now we'll start with deities, okay? Because spirit guides can be a bit more trickier. But when it comes to deities, well, this is why research is important.
Okay.
So, all deities, regardless of how popular they are now or not, have a history. They have a mythos. They have a culture that they come from. So, the first thing you need to be doing is research.
Okay.
Researching into that, into their backstory, into their mythos, into where they came from. And it's not just to get a sense of who the deity is and what they stand for, it is for you to vet them. I think a lot of people
Okay.
forget that.
Okay.
So especially when you're new or new to a particular deity, the first port of call is Google, alright? We are in the age of technology after all, and there's no shame in even if you are starting off reading a Wikipedia.
She's correct in that. I'm not gonna disqualify. Like, if you're like, is this correct? I agree. When I started having my interest with Yahweh back in 2019, like, my interest with Yahweh, that sounds crazy, right? I don't mean like I wasn't interested before, but I'm saying like you have like a sudden burst of interest, like I want to know my religion more. That's what I did, personally speaking. That's what I did. So you don't really start off by like you know, you don't know everything, I suppose. Like, she's correct in that. She's very correct. She says you have to search a little bit, learn, and that's what I did. I actually can share my perspective here. I opened Google and I searched Islam versus Bible, and I had a very specific question: what is the difference between Yahweh from the Bible and um, Allah from the, like, how's that called, Islam, the Quran? That was my question. That was my question, and that started my interest in theology, and that's how I ended up studying it. It was Google. So she's very correct in that. She is absolutely correct. This is how you start with your fascination, and I think because I don't wanna, like, I don't wanna speak specifically, like, there's nothing something in my nothing like in my life that I can point and say that was wrong. Not exactly, but I can tell you. I'm gonna replace it. I'm gonna tell you that sometimes lectures and not lectures, preachings. Sorry, can be boring. Even if you are a Christian, you may be like, I'm bored. So if you Google, maybe you will find something more interesting there for your deity. Like, I can see, and if you're like, Helga, why do you say deity? Because there are many people who searched online, as she says, about Hekati, about Allah, and they ended up learning about Jesus in the end. So it really makes sense in that regard. Like, it doesn't really have to be like strictly Jesus. If you are in a different discipline, that's what I mean. Uh, oh God, I didn't want to do that. Anyways, um, if you are in a different discipline, just search. The truth will always find you. I don't have to say to anybody like, be careful not to be deceived in case like you encounter, boo, Satan somewhere. No, no, no. The truth will set you free. I found God um, in the most unexpected manner. I had an interest in Google, as she says. It's very amazing that she says it. Actually, I'm very happy I have the common ground with her, because she says like, we have internet. Our ancestors didn't have this. Use it. I used it, and this sparked my interest. And actually, I forgot to mention that my interest in the Bible didn't actually start from the Quran and the Bible. Like, I had this, like, let's search something for the night, sleepless nights, typical Helga. That was not actually my initial thought. My initial thought was um like, I'm gonna put I'm gonna put yeah I'm gonna put it like this. So my initial question with the Google was, I wanna learn more about Eru Iluvatar. My father is laughing. So it was not even the Bible that I was searching initially. It was actually Iluvatar from Lord of the Rings. And I was interested then about divine mythos. Like, I have this common ground with Sarah. I understand her very much, like having like this interest with like mythos. It's a Greek word, it means mythos. Okay, she said it in the Greek manner. So I understand that very much. The Iluvatar discussion sparked my interest for the Bible and the Quran, and I was like, I want to know more about divine figures, but real this time. Like, I want to know more. That's how I ended up searching about Allah and God, Yahweh, and I learned that Yahweh is the name of God in the Bible and Allah is another name. And I was like, okay, so we have to do with a figure that plays Yahweh. My father says, Zed, did you see that she has this interest? What is my real name since always? Yeah. In case you don't know, we have an inside joke with my dad that I care too much what his name is. He's always like, don't care about something I don't care myself. Just go to bed. That's how Yahweh is to me. And yeah, he's a father. He's a father. He cares. He cares. So yeah, that's my true story. Let's continue with her, however. Okay.
Wikipedia article. I'm not saying that should be all and end all, of course not. But you need to start somewhere, alright?
Yeah.
There's no excuses. Google it. Start with the very basics of things. When you are connecting with the spirit, ask them. Start by asking them things you have learned about their history, their mythos. You know, say it's Hecate as an example. A very basic question would be, are you linked with dogs? If she said yes, it's her. If not, that would raise questions.
Look, I understand her way of thinking makes sense. It makes sense. Like, question. That's something that the Orthodox Christians say as well. But in the long run, it doesn't make sense, and I'm gonna explain why it doesn't make sense in the long run. The devil is a very clever person. Like, I said this yesterday a lot, my channel. He is the most clever person you will encounter in your life. Absolutely clever. He's very, very clever, and that's something that he took from Yahweh back in the days. Okay, he's very clever, and no, you shouldn't say like, if she doesn't lie, if she says no, that's not her. I understand that Sarah has this like kind heart. I always say that about her, that why should they lie about me to me? Yeah, they can lie. Not only she recognizes, she says that there are trickster spirits. Yeah, I hear you, but the person I know is a huge liar. Okay, he lies about everything. He doesn't use his full capacity very much, like how he could be. He doesn't really do that. He no. So I don't know. I don't know what else I have to say to convince anybody here that no, just because they say, look, I identify with dogs, that doesn't mean anything. They could as well be trickster spirits. And I'm not gonna say she says this because she's a trickster spirit, because Christians as well say the exact same thing, that if the spirit doesn't lie, then it is God. No, 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 no. Don't say it like that. The problem is, it's not if it is lying. Yes, a big factor is if it is lying. It is like an 70%, but the 30% is what it says, because the devil says many correct things. The problem is not that he says correct things. The problem is that he is saying bad things. There is a distinction between saying something that it is evil and something that it is true. For example, true is that Um, I'm trying to think something that will prove my point here. So, um, Adolf Hitler was a very known dictator. The Austrian painter, he is a known dictator. Let's say that Satan comes and says this to you. Is it correct? Yes. Can he say it? Yes. Um, will he come? That's my question. Like, do you think Satan will come and say, look, I think he was a sinner? No. He won't say that. He will say, that guy is an absolute sinner. He will go to hell. There are actually many saints that not only they say, I think this guy is doomed. I speak about the Austrian painter here, as we call him. Um, I mean it in the full sense. There are saints out there who say that they have seen him in hell. They are like, I have seen this person in hell. He's roasting in hell. That's what they say about him. So, is it a correct thing to say that this person is look what I'm putting here so you understand. I'm speaking about Hitler. And I'm telling you, if you have Satan coming to you, he will say he will go to hell, he's a sinner. He won't say exactly what a bad person, I hope he repents. I don't know if he will repent. I think he was a sinner. No. Absolutes. This guy is a sinner. He's in hell. And you have many Christians saying, I saw him in hell. He's there in hell right now. So it sounds correct. Mostly it is true, because what? He wasn't a nice person while on earth. He hurt people. So is that true that this guy is considered to be a dictator? Is it correct? Yes. But the mouth that speaks, is it God? The question is not if it is true, it is if it is God. There is a fine distinction if it is God. Now that I say I saw him in hell, said the saint, there are many saints, Google that. I saw Adolf Hitler in hell, he's burning. Does that sound like God? No, right? You will start saying that hell is a Christian concept. You don't like that, because then you say maybe my mother is there, maybe my father is there, maybe my dog is there, I don't know. You start questioning who can be in that place. So, is that thing from God? No. God doesn't say that. He won't share such info. And apart from that, even if you don't believe, God doesn't have a hell. That's something that it was pagan, and it was attributed by fake Christians to Yahweh. So the problem is not if it is truthful. We recapitulate our relation here. The problem is if it is a good mouth that says it, the good heart. Is this good that you hear? It's not if it is correct, because Satan says half truths. Okay? The problem is if it is correct in heart. Correct not in knowledge, correct in heart. If you hear, I will summarize it like that. I'm making my lesson as I go, because I was not taught. I was raised by spirits. So I teach as I go. Okay. If what you hear is correct in knowledge, that's Satan, because his tree is not the tree of life. My father says I like the mythological framing. Okay, thank you. It's not if it is correct in knowledge. The tree of knowledge is the tree of Satan. The problem is not if it is correct in understanding, in knowledge. The problem is if it is true in goodness. If it is good in goodness, correct in goodness, that's Yahweh, if it has good into it. Yahweh is a spirit of goodness. He's not a spirit of malice. He's not a spirit of fear. So if you hear something that is actually bad, that's Satan. That's not Yahweh. If it has knowledge, sheer knowledge without goodness, that's Satan. So now you learned by me how to distinguish them, right? Let's continue.
Her. If not, that would raise questions, because most famously she is. A more obscure question, however, could be something like, where is your temple located in modern day Turkey? Not everyone or every spirit is going to know that.
Wrong. Satan knows his shit. He's very knowledgeable. He's the father of the tree of knowledge. So, Sarah, as a pagan, she should know that about her deity. Something that she doesn't know. The tree of knowledge is something he invented. I don't know how to put it. Like it's his. So he knows stuff. Tree of knowledge. He knows. Don't underestimate him. Not every spirit knows. No. They know. The problem is not if they know. Like when you ask the question, where is the temple located? You ask for knowledge. You don't ask for a pure heart. Trust me. So does that mean don't ask God for info? Of course not. I'm just explaining heart issues here. If your heart is pure, okay, if your heart is pure, you recognize the pure heart yourself as well. You don't need my help there. That's how I will say it. Hope it makes sense. Okay. I don't know what can I put that. Like, is this nice? I'm gonna put this, and I'm gonna put
Regina, or I think that's how you pronounce it. But if the spirit can't get that right, if you're asking yes or no, is it in Marmaris? No, it should say. It's not far from Marmaris, don't get me wrong, but it's not that area. So you could be getting more obscure the more you learn. And not just the more you learn, the more you work with a deity, don't forget to keep vetting them, especially if you are new yourself to this. Even as the months roll by, still ask if you're not 100% sure in your abilities to discern, because imposters may know little things about them, but they may not know the in-depth stuff, and they may slip in as well. You could be working with Hecate as an example, and then 3 months down the line a trickster spirit decides to try their luck.
No, that's not true. If you experience something like that, I haven't. I only know two people actually. That's crazy for me. Like I only know, like, the guy that is called Satan, and I know also Yahweh. I don't know any other spirit. That's crazy. Like she talks about many people. I don't know. Honestly. Okay, my father says so. You think there are only two? Yes, like I haven't heard anybody else. I don't know what she means with that. Like whenever I hear her saying that, I am a little bit bamboozled, to be honest. But yeah, anyways, um, well, if he does that, which I don't know, my father says so. You don't believe it? No, really, I don't. Um, okay, why he says because it sounds he wouldn't do that. No, I don't think he would that. Honestly, father, look, I don't think he would do that because he tries to be God. Like if he comes to me and says like stuff like wrong, I don't think that helps him somewhere. I don't think so. No. Okay, why what do you mean by that? I'm gonna put this. Okay, he says, so it can mean like, okay, leave that spirit, come to me. It doesn't make sense. It sounds too contradictory to me to do that. Like, I get it, like, some people say he has fun. He's not that type of person. He doesn't have fun with people like that. Like, where's your temple, Hecate? It's there. Okay, I go. It wasn't. In the end of the day, he doesn't do that. He doesn't do that. Uh, he's doing other stuff that I'm not gonna discuss here at the moment. But nothing like that. That sounds like a spirit trying to have fun, and he's not. He's not such a person. He's not such a person at all. He is very disciplined. He is very methodological. He reminds me, when I think of him, I think of like a very like a strict lecturer at the university, but he can be more soft than them. Like he exhibits some fatherly attributes when he speaks. So I can't imagine him like dropping this face just to have fun. It okay, my father says so. It doesn't sound like a deity type of person. No, no, it doesn't. It sounds like a human. He wouldn't do that. He can trick you to think that you did a sin you haven't done in real life. Like I know that he has done it. Like I have discussed it many times. Like he says like you did a specific sin and you haven't. Like he is that type of person. But again, as I said, that's not fun and games. That's him saying you lie. You did a sin, a specific sin, and he's telling you stop doing it. Pretty much. That's not the same as to say like, look, I'm giving you false knowledge myself. That's another thing. But another thing to say, look, you have sinned, repent. That's God attribute. The other one, it's not. So I think I don't know why Sarah says these things. That's what I mean. That's what I mean. If that makes sense to you. But anyways, just giving my knowledge here. Okay.
How they look, and you didn't vet them, and now you're working with Hecate, and it's a trickster because you maybe aren't skilled enough yet to feel that energetic difference, because a lot of it is a feeling. It's hard to put it into words. So keep vetting them, keep learning as well, and then as time goes on, you can ask more obscure questions, but also personal questions. As you
No,
build.
you don't have that to do that. If you ask me about Satan, do you have to ask him questions to? No, 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 no. It doesn't work like that. Look, I'm not gonna tell you to contact him or anything. No, but I'm explaining that. Do you have to ask him questions? No, you know them by heart. Your heart will say who is who. Like my father Yahweh, he didn't want me to say Yahweh, is that you? He wanted me to realize that it is him. I was telling him Yahweh, is that you? Because I was trying to learn his voice, and I was like, is that you, Daddy? Is that you, Father Yahweh? This is how I was calling him back then. I was very scared that I'm gonna be tricked, like Sarah is explaining here on her channel. And Yahweh, my father, was making fun. He was saying, are you? Then who am I? And that was from Winnie the Pooh. And my father is laughing. He says that's so cute. Yeah, he was telling me this about himself from Winnie the Pooh, and he was associating himself pretty much with Winnie the Pooh, and he was telling me like, don't be afraid, that's me, that's your daddy. And I didn't have to ask him. That's what I mean, like what this experience learned me, that I don't have to ask my daddy if it is him. I know in my heart that it is him, because in this scene you have Piglet questioning Pooh. If you tell me it is you, then I will know it is you. Okay, Piglet, what should I say? Say I am Pooh. And Pooh says, are you? then who am I? And you know, the whole discussion is Pooh Bear discussing with Piglet, and Piglet hears Pooh, and he doesn't recognize that it is Pooh. So the story, the whole thing summarized is, don't you realize that it is actually Winnie? You know, it's very cute. Like it made me teary. Like I remember my dad doing that. It meant so much to me because he took this pagan fear. Like, do you know with who you talk to? Like, of course, that's Pooh. You know, of course, that's Pooh Bear. You know, and like Winnie did in the film with Piglet, the Halloween, and Halloween is my favorite celebration, by the way. And yeah, hope this makes sense. So I'm gonna close the camera right now.
But also personal questions. As you build your connection with the spirit, you know things they have said to you. You know things that is personal with your connection with them. You can be
So
asking stuff.
I'm gonna continue tomorrow because I don't have much battery left and I don't want it to close. So hope you enjoyed the video. I built a little bit here, and no, that's not correct. The spirit knows what you have told them. That doesn't work like that. No, it doesn't work like that. It sounds like a lesser deity. It doesn't sound like it sounds like a human. I mean, that's what I mean. It doesn't sound like a god. And Satan, even if he is not God, he plays God, so he won't say, I remember you saying that. No, I don't. No, it doesn't work like that. But anyways, hope you enjoyed this video, and hope you like what I've made here. I made some stuff, some shenanigans, as I said. Bye from me, bye from my dad as well, then I will see you tomorrow. Bye.